Welcome back to a new episode of Sunshine Beach Resort. This time, it's a long episode again, so I won't talk that much. We are now getting to the real cool stuff of this series, building the multi-launch coaster today, which is inspired by Mack's multi-launch coasters. I am now starting to build the layout. This coaster will contain 2 launches and 6 inversions. A few days ago, I went to Europa Park, which was just absolutely amazing. I got to ride Voltron 3 times, and even one night ride with fog, and it felt being thrown everywhere, because you couldn't see anything coming. I also noticed the outer seats were a bit rough, while the inner seats were totally smooth. But in the outer seats, you really got that G-forces, so I recommend doing both. Okay, back to the video now. I just wanted to say, I really got inspired by Voltron for this ride, so some elements are the same. I decided this coaster would get 3 trains of 3 cars, so I could make smaller elements than with longer trains. The layout will go as follows. First, you go into a small dip before entering the first launch. Then we continue cresting this weird top hat, before going back down with a twist, and then entering a downwards roll like Voltron does. Now we take a little bump before going into an Immelman, followed quickly by a dive loop. Now we enter the second launch of the ride, which could maybe be a swing launch. But I decided not to because it isn't possible to run 3 trains in this game, with doing that at the same time. Okay, after we got some speed again, we enter a small stall, followed by a high to low turnaround. Now we enter a small bunny hop and continue into a corkscrew to the right, followed into a dive loop again with some hang time. After that, we enter a left hill before smashing into the brakes. Some of this is not billed yet in this recording, but you will see it happen later on. Where the coaster is going to be located. This area will sit a little bit into the sea, which means it will need a wall to defend it against the rough waves of the ocean. Now we start building the buildings located on the site. First, we start with building a transfer track for storing the trains in this building behind. I will detail all of this later on in the video. After we finish this, we will start building the station, which will get a little bit of theming, but not that much. The overall theme that's chosen for this ride is time. We now come to the longest and most interesting but also boring part of the video. Building the supports. If you don't like it, I would say skip ahead. But if you want to know how I build custom supports and want to learn anything from it for yourself, I would say keep watching. I will only say I tried to make these support as much interesting as possible by combining multiple supports with each other. But you shouldn't forget it's still a Mack. And Mack doesn't really do on extensive support, like for instance, Gerstlauer does. I also made the launch more interesting and detailed and added some catwalks. At last, I will add the final fencing to protect guests from their lives. And I will add some more scenery alongside the ride. I also added some extra detail onto the supports. My friend helped me with that again. I hope you like it. Please don't forget to mention a name for this ride in the comments and let me know what you think of this video, or if you got some extra ideas for this park. With that, I will say already thanks for watching, but don't forget to watch until the end so you won't miss the Onride. Consider subscribing and like the video. I hope to see you next time. Bye.